Welcome to this hypnosis session I've created for you to help you get some of the improvements you want in your life. So by being here and listening to me, you're agreeing to be hypnotized. And by following all the instructions I give you, you are accepting the benefits of this hypnosis session. So when you are ready, find yourself a comfortable position, somewhere you will not be disturbed. And if you need to, pause the recording to get ready. And now that you're ready, just sit back, relax, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just allow your eyes to close.
And as you breathe out, you can go deeper and deeper, relaxed, each time you breathe out. Now I wonder how long it is since you believed in magic. If it was way back when you were just a small child. Or maybe you still do believe in magic. Just like me. I see it every day, it's all around. And you only have to look. There's even magic in the way that you can be so quiet, so still, looking as if you are sound asleep, and yet amazingly alert and aware behind those closed eyelids. Of course, it's not the stillness and the quietness that is magical, nor is it the closed eyelids. It's that amazing awareness. Nobody can even begin to properly explain what that is or how it works, even though we all know what it feels like. We all know how to send our thoughts to anywhere we want to. A part of our own body, the big toe perhaps, or the very top of your head. But our thoughts don't have to stay where our body is, because in an instant, in a dazzling flash, you can be thinking about something that happened years ago, or something that hasn't even happened yet. And that's a magical thing, how we can be in one place, one moment in our thoughts, then thousands of miles and many years away in the very next split second. Our thoughts moving faster, faster than the speed of light, faster than time itself, as if time did not exist. And we can even imagine something that nobody has ever experienced, just something that we can think of, like swimming in a silken sea of golden mist on a distant planet, where we are so light that we float in the atmosphere like a feather floating on the breeze. Or imagine starting to look into a crystal until you find a whole universe there. A universe where there are other lives and other beings with their own magical thoughts. And it's a sort of magic that lets you hear your name being whispered quietly in a room full of people when you weren't even paying attention. And there's magic that is part of your body too. The magic that lets you see or hear something that isn't there, or lets you stay alive without you even trying. Without even having to try, your body does that so well. And the most brilliant scientist in the world cannot make even the most primitive form of life, and yet two very ordinary people can create the most complex form of life that ever existed in this world, on this planet. And that happens millions of times a day, every day. And that is definitely a sort of magic. Because every cell in the human body carries the very same magic and carries the message for the same magic to be repeated. It's almost like a magic spell, because each cell knows that it has to reproduce another cell that is exactly the same as itself. So a hair cell creates another hair cell, while a nail cell creates another nail cell, and a skin cell creates more skin. And all of this happens all the time, every split second of every day of your life. And has been happening for millions upon millions of years in every human being that ever existed. And as you continue to listen to the sound of my voice, bring you deeper and deeper. Everybody is fascinated by magic, which is why there are so many stories about magical beings, men who can fly faster than a speeding bullet and see through brick walls, creatures with wings and claws and fiery breath, or perhaps with the head of an animal and the body of a man. Mythical ancient creatures who live in the silent depths of the sea, or on the slopes of a mountain in a remote corner of our world. And there's Merlin, with his magician's hat and his magical cape, with the stars and the moon, weaving spells and casting them around him, in a dazzling display of light and colour. And these things are magic, and yet still the most magical thing in your own subconscious mind, that deep part of your mind, deeper than the deepest ocean, even more magical than Merlin, that part of your mind that can actually make the most amazing things happen for you if you want it to. You only have to tell it exactly, specifically what you want to happen. And that powerful subconscious of yours will work its magical spell, as long as you tell it what you want to happen, and not what you're afraid might happen instead. Just be specific. Once your subconscious mind knows what you want to happen, it can set about making those things a reality. And it will work as hard as it possibly can to make your dreams come true. And we can help that along with another sort of magic called hypnosis. You can't see it, you can't touch it, and most of the time you certainly cannot feel it, and you won't even know it's there, but it works like magic now.
And now that you're so relaxed there, because you have followed all my instructions, I would like you to imagine you are at the base of a mountain. And you cannot see the top of the mountain, but you start climbing. It's a tall mountain, but every step brings you closer to the top. You notice a glowing light above the treetops toward the top of the mountain, and you feel that you must find out what it is. The trees are very thick where you are. They're difficult to navigate around, but you find yourself getting better at it. These trees represent
obstacles that you must overcome in order to reach the top of the mountain. And you look behind and you realize there are no trees, just a slope of grass swaying in the wind. All the trees have disappeared behind you because they represent hurdles that you have overcome. And you keep on going up the mountain, and all of a sudden there is a cliff. You see the glow of light. It's brighter now, and it looks like it's beyond the cliff. But you are determined, and you start climbing the wall. It's hard at first, but then it gets easier and easier the farther you climb. Your feet and hands move effortlessly around the rocks until eventually you reach the top. And you look behind you and realize just how hard and difficult it was. And you have accomplished it. And it makes you feel powerful. And as you look forward, there is a tree-lined path leading you towards the top of the mountain. Occasionally, there are rocks in your way that you jump over, but you never seem to fall. And you're very excited, and you cannot wait to see what is at the top. What will be up there? You wonder. You quicken your pace with exhilaration. Each step gets you easier and easier. And then you reach a line of huge redwood trees. And they're very wide and they're very close together. But you see the light seeping through the edges of the tree. And then squeeze your way between two trees and find yourself surrounded by an amazing sight at the top of the mountain. There is a pile of treasures. There's gold, money, and luxurious things everywhere. The pile of luxuries represents the success and goals that you have been dreaming about. And now you realize you have made it. You worked hard to get here, and you are a success. Everything you could possibly want is at the top of the mountain. And you jump around in the pile of gold. You cherish it because you worked so hard to get here. And you look back down the mountain, and there's a clear pathway all the way to the bottom. The pathway looks easier from this view. It appears easier because you accomplished it, and you are a success. You are a success. You want to do great things with your money and newfound achievement, and you are very capable, and you have the ability to become everything you have ever wanted to be because you are a success. And when you are ready, you can bring all the energy back into your body. Just bring all the energy back into your body, feeling every nerve, every fiber of your body. Bringing all the energy back into your body, bringing yourself back to full awareness. Making changes at other levels before you open those eyes or as those eyes open. I don't know. Just making yourself feeling really good. Bring yourself back to full awareness in your own way, in your own time, effortlessly.